So Governor Newsom's going crazy in California again. He's going to raise taxes on employers. Yeah, this is getting crazy. It's just going to get worse in 2025. He's not stopping with these tax hikes on employers, and it's just going to make it worse and worse for all employees across the country. I mean, across the state of California. I didn't mean to say country, even though he's running California like it's his own personal country. You got to understand is the Democratic Party here in California, they screwed up so badly. They are behind in so much money. They owe so much. They can't catch up. Federal government's not going to bail these guys out. They just messed up so badly here in California. So let me explain this a little bit more. So back in 2020, when the thing came across and they shut everything down, what Newsom did is he went to the federal government and asked for like a $20 billion loan or something like that. And this loan was to pay for unemployment benefits for workers that could no longer work because the governor, shut down the state of California. So nobody could go back to work. The problem is when they paid out these unemployment benefits, they paid out more than what they had to pay out. They were very negligent on the money that they paid out. Instead of doing the research on exactly who deserves the money, they just paid it out to whoever requested it. That's our government. So why these yahoos in office were busy handing out money to people that didn't even really need it, they ended up paying over $34 billion. That's right, $34 billion here in California of negligence, handing out to people that didn't deserve it, handing out to people that lied on their application, and they didn't even check on it. So they got us in this big problem here in California, and now California needs to collect those monies, taxes from employers who's probably going to have to start shutting down their businesses now because they are going to start breaking into these people's pockets, i.e. their profits, and it's going to have a devastating effect on California businesses across California. It's a shame. So now, as you can see, the government of California owes the federal government billions of dollars that they borrowed because they borrowed it for some reason or another. We don't know why. They just tell us it was to pay unemployment benefits and open up these other little things they do to hand out money to people that came across, the newcomers, that came across. Yeah, they gave them billions of dollars too. And now there's all this money out there that they owe the federal government that they can't pay back. And that's leaving us people, citizens of California, to pay it back. What a shame. But never fear, the federal government is near, because now the federal government is coming and telling Gavin Newsom, hey, we're coming after our billions of dollars that you owe us. How are you going to pay us back? And Newsom's like, I know what to do. Let's just tax our businesses, more taxes on every employee that they hire. They're going to be charged an extra tax on each employee that they hire, which means more job losses here in California because now they're going to start firing employees or just not hiring employees because they're going to be taxed on every employee they hire. This is reckless. This is a shame that this is happening in California. Shame on you, Governor. Shame on you. You shouldn't even be in office. If you can't control finances, then why are you in office? I don't get this. People, why are you voting for him? I don't get it. He's using this money recklessly, and now he's going to charge our businesses, and they're going to in turn charge us more money to go to those businesses, which in turns just the citizens are going to have to pay it back. So if I get this right, I'm thinking it's going to cost an employer $21 per employee for every employee that they hire, an extra $21 tax on that employee. And then every year after that, it's going to build an extra $21 for this year, $21 for 26, $21 for 27, and so on and so forth, until they could pay off this mighty huge billions of dollars worth of money that they owe federal government. Yeah, they're just going to put it back on us, the people that can't afford it. Again, thank you, Newsom. And folks, you know where I'm going with this. If an employer has to take out money, $21 extra tax for that employee, that employer, your job is going to take it out of your check. It's going to be a little listing on your check for extra taxes, $21 for that year. You think that the owner of those businesses are going to pay that $21 per employee? Hell no, they ain't going to pay it. They're going to take it out of your hard-earned money off of your check, which means that you are going to bring home less money every single week or 2 weeks or per month. Yeah, that's right. They're going to take it out of your money. Guys, we got to fire this guy. Oh, don't worry, because Kamala Harris, she wants to become governor of California. So if Newsom's running it like he's running it today, down into the ground or down to hell, imagine how Kamala's going to run it. It's going to be worse. It's going to be a lot worse. This is getting crazy every year. California is getting crazier and crazier with all these new laws that they're coming out with. And you know what? California probably has 40, 50 million laws, and nobody knows what those laws are. Who's going to sit down and read a book bigger than my car, my SUV that I drive? Who's going to sit down and read a book that big and figure out what all these hundreds of millions of laws are in California? Ain't nobody going to do that. But you know what? We keep getting this guy in there. We keep re-enlisting him by voting for him. And all that's going to happen is these crazy ass laws that these people pass every year, it's just going to get crazier and crazier. And it's going to lead to you getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller paychecks. That's it. I don't know why people are voting for this guy. And Kamala Harris is going to step in there, and then you guys are going to think, oh, it's a woman. Oh my goodness, she's so great. And guess what? It's going to collapse. It's going to collapse. California is going to collapse. After all, Kamala Harris did lock up a few of my best friends out of Sacramento and locked them up for years. One of my friends got 25 years to life for just having well, he did have a lot of marijuana on him. I'm assuming he had like a pound of marijuana on him, and it was for his personal use, and they tried to say he was going to sell it. This guy smoked marijuana since we were children. I grew up with this guy, and because he had a pound on him, that would last him about a month, because that's how much he smoked. Yeah, when they busted him, they tried to say he was selling it, and Kamala Harris got him locked up for 25 years. This is ridiculous. This is the same woman you guys are going to hire. This is the same woman that wants to be governor of California. But go on, go ahead and hire her, because things aren't going to get any better in California if you do. And on top of that, your checks are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until you're working for free. I'm Wayne. I'll talk to you on the next one.